weeks. Feels like weeks. Went back to Rebel Galaxy there for a bit. I'm never not playing Rebel Galaxy, but I'm not I'm not recording it all the time. A lot of grinding in that. Mars, Tharsis National Park. After so many months in the gunmetal steerage of a frigate's underbelly, the man-made paradise of Mars is almost too much to bear. When the war gods throw down their bags on the doorstep of Karen's cabin, Flight Lieutenant Levy looks out at the landscape of Kandor, Chasma, terraformed Eden, nestled in a valley 7 times as deep and as broad as a Grand Canyon, and shakes his head. This was a terrible idea, he says. We're never going to be able to go back. Schooner pushes him into the pond. They have 3 days. They use them. Paragliding in Martian gravity is intoxicating. All the joy of flight without the need to strap on tons of angry metal. They fly to Tharsis Bridge, where the Olympus Mons' nearest flank broods on the horizon. The 6-kilometer escarpment juts like the lip of a battered pugilist, but the mountain is so enormous that its peak is well past the horizon line and nearly above the atmosphere. That's that volcano on Mars that's twice as high as Everest or something like that, I think. Not really up to speed on Martian geography. On the second day, they eat barbecue on the shore of the Val Marinus Lake, layered against the Martian cold. The water is crystal pure, melted from ice of impacted comets. They miss the maglev home. When they finally make it back to the cabin, hours later, Sims collapses in exhaustion on an upper bunk. Karen, Oflumi, Levy, and Laporte play a buffing game with bottle caps on a kitchen table as the other war gods build a fire. My parents are friends with an elder, Laporte offers. Bullshit! Laporte grins up at Oflumi. No bullshit. Give me a cap. No wonder Sims calls you a society girl. Karen tucks her legs under her and thinks, I was a graphic designer before I went fleet. I'll buy it. Levy scratches his scalp, shaved before he lost a bet with Sims. So the Indus deck crew and I once tested the shock clamps on the hangar deck by strapping my Kenton and firing the afterburners. Karen, Oflumi, and Laporte gasp in shock. You did not. Sims must have killed you. Oh, she was furious. Levy glances up at his sleeping Sims. I can prove it. The captain talks in their sleep, and she's on a hair trigger. Behold! He raises his voice slightly. Captain! About the incident with the shock clamps, in the top bunk at the other end. Sims starts yelling in her sleep, muffled by the pillow under her face. I was telling you for a second. She flails her arms, gets tangled up in the sheets, and falls out of the bunk. A moment before her impact with the floor, she wakes and says, fuck. They do not stop laughing until she pulls rank. To the serving officers of the crew of the War Gods Elite Task Force, find attached the transcript of the meeting between Fleet Admirals and the High Elder Council of Elders at Juhast Shan, Anhui Province. The points of contention involved the declaration of autonomy from 2nd Fleet and 3rd Fleet exiles. You can read the subsequent ruling of the Council regarding this matter, but it's sufficient to note that 1st Fleet admirably no longer dictates our military policy. However, we will still obey the will of the Council in non-military matters, and the Martian government still acknowledges Federation authority. Oh, excuse me. That's kind of bullshit. But moving on. The second imperative point of contention concerned the fate of the GTL Agincourt. It was my intention to recommission the Agincourt into the registry of the 2nd Fleet as a support vessel using the precedent of the GTL Solstice when she defected to the Federation Authority last year. She now serves part of Home Fleet in a classified capacity. Admiral Coulter supported my position, and the motion was denied by the Council, and in order to hand down for immediate transport of the vessel to Earth, in their words, the Agincourt is no longer a military asset, it is now the property of the Federation Science. It's Institute. My official position on the matter is the same as Calder's. We will support the elders in this and thus have relinquished control of the Agon Court despite the setback. I expect each of you to do your duty to the best of your ability, and I have every confidence that we will prevail in this conflict. Admiral Kyle Tenebra. Okay. I really, like, I hated Command and Freespace too, but I really hate this preachy religious bullshit that the Federation has. Like, the whole rationality thing. It's like, yes, I get it, you're enlightened, shut up. I'll join you if I want. Forward to communique. The Tenebra, Calder. What the devil's name are you playing at? Why do they still acknowledge the existence of the devil? What the Anyway. Autonomy? I've given you autonomy enough these past 18 months to the ruin of us all! Given your war gods did well in securing the Agor, Admiral Calder's fixation with the destruction of the Seeker team through 2 cruisers, an ECM asset reigned in Tev hands! Admiral Tenebra stunted Neptune, damaged artillery, gunships, and cost us the Eris. A single reactionary artillery strike at the hood would have saved lives and secured the Agon Court sooner. If it would have, why didn't you do it? Oh my god. Is it prerequisite to be an idiot to be an admiral? If you two insist on continuing these frontier activists, then there's little I can do. I've told you enough times that these are only temporary victories against a determined and highly adaptable enemy. The Tevs can afford destroyer casualties, or barely get by on cruiser and strike craft attrition. Your faith in your fleets is admirable, but we won't win this conflict through force of arms. It's not who we are. Would that your faith in the elders be stronger than... Shut up! Okay. I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant. My one bone of contention with this campaign. How on earth does the Federation think it can stand against... I mean, they don't know what the GTVA has been through, but the GTVA has been in a war for the last 60 years, basically. They fought 14 against the Vasudin. They fought the Great War, however long that lasted. Then there was the Hades incident, as well as a user-made, but very excellent, campaign about a difference of opinion regarding if the Vasudins or the Terrans should colonize a planet that happened at roughly the same time. They had a couple years of peace, but during that time of peace, they were building bigger, more powerful ships that could take on the Lucifer. They never slept well. The Shivans were always in the back of their mind, always ready to pop out of subspace and blow them up. They had to adapt, and they had to be ready to fight an enemy that outnumbered them and outgunned them and out everything them. And the Federation never did that. They built a decent closed system economy, as it were. They developed a unifying religion. And I get it. The Admiral is right. They won't win this through this conflict through force of arms. But you have to fight. And like, you're supposed to feel for these guys because they didn't want the war. The GTVA, for whatever reason, wanted the war. That's never really made clear. That's the other thing that I find really, like, I love how well this is written, but it really makes me very mad and sad that the GTVA kind of went this way. They were the good guys. Alright, people leave ended 12 hours ago to quiet down. As you've seen, this time in dock came some extra perks. We're now one of the very few frigates and 2 fleet with functioning hot showers. My mama always said that heroism paid big dividends. While we're cavering around on leave, some very disturbing political developments have occurred. These events have are a direct result of our capture of the GTL Agincourt. Unfortunately, it appears Admiral Steele has had a contingency plan for the loss of one or both of his logistics ships. That plan may now be in its first stage, and with luck, we can disrupt it. Yes! That's the thing! He would know! 6 minutes ago, recon elements picked up a distress call from an unregistered freighter outside the asteroid belt under attack by Gaian Effort. The recon ring moved in to check out the situation and possibly confiscate the freighter's cargo. It turns out it wasn't Tev, but Vasudin. It seems the Imperium has finally decided to pay us a visit, and we've been chosen to be part of their welcoming committee. Okay, this is the other thing I want to get to. The Pez Jet is a Vasudin logistics ship in the vein of the Amoli, and from what intel's gathered about these ships, they seem pretty similar to their Tev counterpart. Big, slow, poorly armed. Prime target for pretty much any hostile force in the system. The Vasudin ship was ambushed during a navigational adjustment between inter-system hops. Somehow, the Gefs knew where this adjustment would occur, which seems impossible as jump schedules are tightly classified, but that's a job for Netebra's intel personnel. Now, technically, we're not at war with the Vasudins, but they're still allies with the General Terran Assembly. You are at war with the Vasudins. Admiral Latibris wants to secure control of the freighter, assist their crew, and get some answers from the captain regarding their standing orders. We need to know where the Vasudins stand in this war, whether or not the Emperor Khonsu II has decided to throw his weight behind the Tev push into our system. Our fear is that Khonsu has elected to support Steele logistically. Laporte, you'll be my second. Levy, you're Alpha 3. Courtney, McManus, take up Beta Wing. So, yeah. Question that's been kind of lingering in the back of my mind. Where the hell are the Vasudins? I mean, here's the thing. The Vasudins are kind of the more mature species of the two of us. I still hate them because they kind of rub in your faces. It's like, fuck you green bastards. But, like, I feel like they would be, the Vasudin part of this would be like, we can't support, like, that's your home, that's your people, we can't support this. I haven't played I've never been this far in a campaign, so maybe this is happening, but in my head, I would love to think that the Vasudins are basically seeded from the GTVA, and perhaps are fighting them in, like, Gamma Draconis, or, like, around there, and because they're like, you can't do this. You can't do this. Those are your people, that's your planet, you can't do this. Alright? Let's roll. Ow! Destroy Jeff fighters. Got it. Shut up, dog. Alright. 2-minute standby, more like 30-second standby. Alright. We're the enemy. They're not insane. Oh yeah, they would remember the Hammer of Light. The Hammer of Light are dead! Shut up. Yeah, you sent the wrong crew to do this job. We captured one of their... No. Well, I'm gonna take a look at this thing. Oh, shut up! Oh my god. So this is a new ship. It's... civilization of preachy, pretentious pricks, more like it. The answer questions about was like being one of the... Who is it? What is it? Great! Fantastic! What do we have? Oh my god, this is like that one episode of Battlestar Galactica. Where, like, the Prometheus and the Galactica fighters are basically just dancing around each other, not shooting. Oh my god. Guess matching speed's useful here. Oh god, what is this? Oh.
6, break!
Don't posture, just do something. You're the enemy. Very well. Of course they're jamming us. Shit. Alright. Red and black ants. Helping each other build bowling alleys from caterpillar's teeth. Alright. Change in tone, a little optimistic here. No, 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 there's no need to be fighting, guys. Ha! Flirting! Anasazi? Someone watched Andromeda. No! Fuck you, voice in my head. No, 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 no. What are you doing?